she is. No damage to it. Okay. Go ahead. So you can't start it up right away. You gotta let the display boot up. Blinkers do not have a real positive hazards. Heated seats. Gotta watch my mileage. This is this legroom is shit. It's not very good. So immediately compared to the AK550, this legroom is combination of leg, a little bit of leg room, and the width of the seat. It's kind of a tight fit. Okay, so I'm going to do a voiceover at this point. I don't have a microphone. I'm probably never going to have one because it's kind of a distraction trying to talk at the same time as riding. I'm still a fairly new rider, and I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain anyway, so it's probably not a good idea. So from here out, I'll have the voiceover. I'll turn the volume up enough where you can hear the motorcycle, or the scooter. So just coming up that freeway, I'm going to let you know that my teeth were chattering. The ride is pretty stiff, so it was chattering as I was accelerating there. And it's possible that this suspension was set up for shipping, so it might be at the stiffest setting. So my understanding is it is adjustable, so I wouldn't, there may be some other reasons for that. I do have a Honda PCX, so I'm comparing it to that, or actually I just sold it. So I had one for about 10 months. And then I ended up I just bought an AK550 Kimco scooter, which is a maxi scooter. So this review is about, or when I filmed this, was about 4 or 5 weeks ago, as I was looking for a replacement for the PCX. So So that's my comparison. I also have a KTM 390 Adventure at home. I really like that seating position. But I'm a fan of scooters. I love the automatic feature. I think the CVT is a great transmission for scooters or motorcycles in general. It's very linear, very smooth. I do like the brakes. Left-hand brake, right-hand brake kind of thing. And then I'm not a big fan of clutches, so that's why I have both. So, and I guess I could be getting rid of the KTM if I decide on that it's really good. So I got the AK550 anyway. That's what I'm comparing it to. This ride is kind of a beautiful ride if you're ever in the area. It's Temecula. I just passed on the left was going to be Pachanga Casino. So we're about right here in San Diego County at this point. Right in between the mountains is the border of San Diego County and Riverside County. So I'm going to take this exit here, and I'm going to head back towards the dealer on Rainbow Valley Boulevard. So if you're in the area, this is where it's at. It's basically the next exit after Pachanga. And then back to the dealership. I do appreciate them letting me test ride their motorcycle. I don't know if they're approving of any YouTube videos on it, but I'm going to post it anyway. This dealership, it's hard to get a test drive on anything, even used. So that's what I'm kind of giving them a shout out for that. They were very nice to me when I walked in there. That's kind of rare. Usually they're nice until they ask you the questions that if you don't have the correct answer to, they ignore you, because obviously you're not going to buy it at their price immediately. So I enjoyed that. They're very nice. They're also local to me, so if I'm ever interested in BMW or Harley, definitely they're going to be the first I go to because of the fact that they're nice. Obviously they need to have the motorcycle I'm looking for at the right price, and then if not the right price, I'll probably give them a last opportunity if the price is better somewhere else. So and I believe it's Dave is the guy. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly who it was. It's been about 4 or 5 weeks that I spoke to. I think he's the internet. I signed up on the internet, so I do believe it was the internet, not sure. But anyway, so I'm getting back to the scooter. Very stiff ride. Seat is very firm as well. Now firm is okay because I usually put cushions on my seats anyway. I'm real sensitive on my sit bones. So with a firm seat, you get good support, and then you put your cushion on it, whether it's one of those Hawk seats, Air Hawks, or a gel cushion or something. So that's not a big deal. What bothered me about the seat was the back support was kind of curved in a U shape, but the U shape was kind of small. I mean, it felt like I was sitting in a kid's chair, because right up against either side of my hips there, or my lower area. I wouldn't call it a deal breaker, but I was kind of shocked. Seat looks pretty big, but felt very small. Legroom, I'd say it's better than the Honda PCX, but not compared to the AK550. It does have, so the stiff ride is pretty good in the twisties here. So my Honda PCX, it's a softer suspension, but when you get into the twisties like this, it gets a little, I'm going to use technical term, cattywampus. It gets the line that you're on gets a little wobbly. PCX is great for flat city riding under 40. This one clearly I can get up on the freeway When I got up that freeway ramp, I was at full throttle, which was a little disappointing to me. Granted, it was a hill. When I say disappointed, when I compare it to the AK550, I didn't get the full throttle. I've never been on full throttle yet. I'm definitely not a speed demon, though. I'm sure I'll get there. So, Casino Pachanga's over on the right from here. There's a little golf course down there, looks like. Beautiful ride. And then the scooter itself is a beautiful scooter. I love the looks of this scooter. It looks like something out of a Batman movie. Maybe it's a little too futuristic for some people, but I think it looks good. I think the display looks good. The issue with the display is it's a little too technical for me. There's a little too much going on there. I don't need to have a phone connected to my motorcycle. I'm not taking long rides, but if I do, I'm going to use Google Maps with a phone mount. And I don't need voice. I'm just going to look down every so often at my phone. So that's the only technical aspect I need. The other issue was, I mentioned in the beginning, when you first turn it on, you got to wait for the display to come up. That's kind of annoying. That's one of the drawbacks of having a technical motorcycle like this. It's like a computer. You got to let it boot up. Now my AK550, it has a little computer. It has quite a bit of computer stuff, but I haven't noticed though the booting up part. It might have the same issue. But the other aspects of the AK550 are definitely better than this, more leg room. At the end of this video, I'm going to put my feet on the passenger peg. And this particular scooter I thought would be really good because it has one of those kind of floorboard passenger pegs, or a place to put your feet. And when I put my feet back there, there's not much room. So I put my feet back there because my hips, I need to rotate them, because if you ever sat on a scooter, it's like sitting at a dining room table and you don't have a lot of back support. You can kind of hunch over, and if you have lower back problems, that's a problem. On motorcycle, especially in neutral position, your hips are kind of rotated back anyway. So even on the AK550, I like to rotate my hips back. On the PCX, it's really cramped. I can only do that very temporarily, but on the AK550, there's quite a bit of room to do that. So that's kind of why I chose the AK550. One of the reasons. So made a left there off of Pachanga Parkway, back towards the dealer here. I think the problem with the scooters is it's too expensive. It's very heavy. I was shocked at how heavy it was. At least, at slow speed. So it's not I'm riding at this speed, I hardly notice it. But what's happening is the power ratio is not good. Like I said, I was at full throttle getting up on the freeway. My AK550 feels actually a little heavier than this. Whether it is or not, I'm not sure. They're pretty close. But the power on the AK50 is so nice. You just rip it. So this being heavy, this being expensive, my AK550 was a little more expensive, but not by much. Now the dealer was going to give me a deal on this. I'm not sure what it was. He could tell that I was not happy with the scooter, so he never made that offer to me, which is fair. And I'm still happy with that dealership, even though they didn't give me an offer on it. But scooters in general are hard to sell in the U.S., and I imagine this one's even harder. So you might be able to get a good deal on one of these. So even though they are expensive, you might be able to. So see what they offer you at this local dealer if you're interested in one. So here I am getting back to the dealership. So basically I didn't go with this bike, obviously. There's not a lot of people in the United States that are riding these or test riding it, so I'm throwing this up on YouTube. If I'm ever interested in one of these Harleys, definitely I'm coming here first. Or BMW. Looks like the right side of the dealership is BMW. Beautiful dealership inside. So if you just want to walk around, it got some like classics in there. And I think it's just, I guess if you pay enough, you'll get, it's for sale. That's pretty much it. And at this point, I'm going to check the passenger footrest area and see how that feels. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't feel, I'm not as impressed with it as it looked. It does have a lot of features. I think it's heated grips and heated seat or something. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll just let it time out after this. Thank you. The looks. I want to test one more thing here. Pretty tight.